see the property of functions. The first one is about even function, odd function. We want to look at this question to see if this function is even or odd. Recall what's the meaning for even function? Even function like this one, you can see y equals x squared. When you plug in -1 into the equation, you have a -1 squared is +1, which has the same value for when you plug in +1 here. You see here, you plug in -1, you have value y is +1. You plug in +1, then you still 1 squared is +1. So -1 squared is 1, +1 squared is 1. They have the same height. So this point is the mirror image of this one. This works everywhere, like this one, like this one. You plug in x is -2, and -2 squared is +2. You plug in 2 here, you have a 2 squared is still +2. So those 2 points, -2 for +2 for their mirror image. So every point on this curve, one point is the mirror image of the other. So the whole graph, one side is the mirror image of the other side with respect to y-axis. Similarly, this function is the same. So those two functions are actually even functions. Again, the even function on the graph is one side of the y-axis is the mirror image of the other side. That's the property for the even function. Now let's see what's the meaning for the odd function. This one is typical. So when you plug in -0.5 into this equation, you have an x downstairs, 1 divided by -0.5, you have a -2. So you have a -0.5, -2, this point is on the picture. Okay, now, let me go back. For the value, when you plug in 0.5, x is 0.5 is here, 1 divided by 0.5, you have a 2. So basically those two values, 0.5, 2, this point, and -0.5, 2, those two are symmetric with respect to the origin. You see, when you connect those 2 points, and then this dotted line goes across the origin. Okay? And this happens to every point. If you have a -1, 1, -1, -1, you plug in, you have the corresponding value 1, 1. If you connect those 2 points, it's going to go across the origin. And those 2 points are symmetric with respect to the origin. Similarly for those 2 points. So the whole graph, one part is symmetric with respect to 0 to the other part. So here you can play frame by frame. If you rotate 180 degrees, you see they're going to coincide. these 2 points. You rotate. Okay. Similarly, you rotate that. Okay, you will find out. All right. So you may play around with this. Now, here, this graph apparently is this side is the mirror image of this side. So then this picture is the even function, gives us the even function. You should choose this one. All right? Now, this one, this graph is very clear that one side is not the mirror image of the other side. For example, this branch, if it were even, then there is another part should be like this. But the left-hand side of y-axis is going down. So this is not an even function. Is this odd? Is not odd, because the graph is not symmetric with respect to the origin. You cannot find a point like this. Connect 2 points, it goes to the origin. Okay, so this is not symmetric with respect to the origin. Okay, so then you want to choose neither. Of course, this one part of y-axis is, for example, this part has no mirror image for the other side of y-axis. You see, if it were, then you should have this part, the corresponding part should be like this. There is a part going like that. This is not. Okay, so this is not even function, and this is also not the odd function. For the odd function, if you can see right here. You have a negative 0.5, negative 2, then you should have another one. Here does not. Okay, here does not. Here you can see, let me bring out the decimal right here. For example, if you have a negative 4 here, 0, that would be this point right here. Right here. Now, if you put give a negative sign to the negative 4, give a negative sign to 0, then the point is where? The point is 4, 0. Okay? You give negative sign to negative 4, you have 4. You give negative sign to 0, you have a 0. So you see, that would be somewhere here. So here, this function is actually what? Is actually y equals x minus 4, this one. Plus 4. This one. Okay. So basically, if you can see, if you put here, negative 4, 0 is on the picture, you see right here. Then this point is not on the picture. Okay. So this function is neither. Neither. So you should choose that. Okay. I'll simply stop here for the first 3 questions. And then next time we'll start with this. Okay. See you next time.